Having sex is a primary instinct for everybody. So why do we exclude so many? We act like we're inclusive, but we ignore the biggest minority group in the world. 1 in 5 people are disabled, which is 1 billion people worldwide, making up roughly 15% of the world population. It's a lot of people, and yet this remains the worst represented group in mainstream media, especially when it comes to sex. Sex and disability are rarely discussed in the same sentence. Therefore, through sexual selection, people assume that disabled people are not sexual beings. But whether you're disabled or not, we all share the same struggle: how to get laid. Durex introduces How Do You Get Laid? A podcast talking about sex for all bodies.
We finally get back to her place. I thought, fuck, just my luck. The elevator was broken. Of course, right? We both awkward look at each other. And then in my wheelchair, it wasn't like she was going to carry me up there, right? Both awkwardly laughing. She looked at me for a long second and said,
Through a conversation with people with a disability, we talk about questions that you don't dare to ask. We enable you to listen to the sexy, raunchy, and crazy stories that our guests want to share. Our aim is to include everybody, break social constructs, and create new ideas on intimacy and sex. This podcast will start a positive conversation about the sexual spectrum we all belong to, with both feet, or maybe none. Through guerrilla marketing, we're taking over the streets in big cities such as Amsterdam, Paris, and New York, as well as swipe-ups and sponsored content on Instagram. Durex will engage directly with the consumer through the provocative tagline, "How do you, Jessica, Thomas, get laid?" This creates curiosity, which will lead the viewer to the podcast simply by scanning the QR code. We will be placing concession booths in clubs and bars where people go to look for their sexual partners. We want to directly engage with the people who need to start talking about sex and disability in order to make a change. Share your story on a night out, and we'll link it to one of our relatable episodes to show you that the struggle that you have, Thomas in a wheelchair from episode 4 has too. We all love having sex. Now, let's start talking about it.